Now, one of the most powerful features of Wibble, and something in common with many other tools such as org mode, pretty much any kind of wiki software, is you want the ability to basically store associated files and data, kind of attachments, if you will, that go together with the particular kind of note that you've created. Or if we view the note instead of using the word note, if we say node, if you view the node as basically this kind of nodular point in your kind of wiki system, this nodule simply then acts as a kind of focal point for accessing all of the related data that is in any way kind of associated or related to whatever that thing is. And so it gives you a way of basically organizing and managing all of the huge amounts of information and data in your life. You know, it takes that burden away from having to manually think about creating directories or hierarchies of directory and organizing that yourself, and then the difficulty of finding and recalling and having to search to find those files from 2 years ago. Instead, basically, you would set up a note or a node that represents the kind of main index or top level thing associated with all the data you're going to add, and then you add data to it. So basically, this is a complicated way of saying for any particular note you can add any amount of data, and when you add data to a note, it will automatically create a associated note data directory for that note and store everything in there. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have this, we've been working on this badly named another test note here, but we'll keep using that one anyway. So we can see that this one is the we know it's got the ID 3FC. So if we do Wibble, so again the principle here is most of the same kind of structure exists for all these things. The idea is you search to find the particular note, to identify the note that you want to do an action on, and then you instruct it with the action that you want to do. So here we're going to do Wibble search. I'm going to specify ID this time, and we can go 3FC4. That should be plenty enough to uniquely identify that particular note. If it didn't uniquely identify it, would give me a list. That's fine, and I can select it from there. So we will search ID 3FC4, and then we pass in add data, and then it has to specify file or directory to attach. So if we go Linux host. Now you can tab complete in this, which is quite useful. It just works just like a standard kind of bash prompt. I'm going to attach this prompt.txt file. So I'm going to select that, and then ask me, do I want to move or copy that particular file? I'm going to copy it so that it leaves the original file where it is. So press C, ask me one final confirmation, and I say yes. And it's now added that data to the note. So how do we see this? Well, if we were to do Wibble search ID and well, if we show the metadata first, you can see that the data does field now has, it's no longer null, it now has this same ID as the note ID. So basically what that's saying is there is a data directory that exists for this note with this particular key here. And if we again look at the note structure, but this time we look at note data, as you can see, it's populated that prompt text file under the tree here. Now clearly you don't want to be manually pulling data out of here in the same way that you don't want to be manually pulling data out by UUIDs. So we have a variety of ways to kind of immediately access that kind of data. So again, if we do Wibble search ID FreeFC4, we know that brings the note up. If I do ls-dd list data, it does just that. It lists the files in the associated data directory. And if I do open data, it opens in whatever specified file manager you input when you set up the configuration file. So this is a very easy way. You could imagine, you know, if you had some project that you were working on that had many files. You know, it could be a software development project, for example. You could put all of your main kind of root source directories here, and you could easily access them just by propping up this thing. So basically you can use it in whatever way that you like, but essentially it just gives you a way to add an attachment directory to a note and populate it with whatever kind of as many files as you like. So let's add a bit more data. This time we'll just demonstrate adding an entire directory. Similar principle. So if I again, we're going to add the data to this note that we know has ID FreeFC4, and we're going to go under here again, and this time I'm going to not that one. Let's put in this entire minimal config directory. So I'm going to attach this entire directory. Again, it's asking me to move or copy. I'm going to press C for copy and confirm that, and there we go. And if I was to just again list that data directory, we can see that it's here, and if we bring it up in the file manager, you know, you can see that the content of that has been put under our note data for the file.